tonight on CKPG News. We take a look into how independent candidates will impact local ridings in the upcoming election. Plus, the Brewmaster at Pacific Western Brewing is retiring after a 4-decade-plus career. And the UNBC Timberwolves women's soccer team are coming off a big weekend, looking for more success with 2 more home games coming up. Good evening, folks. I'm Eddie Huband, and welcome to CKPG News. Our top story tonight, the provincial election is, of course, only a month away, and many polls and analysts say it's a 2-party race between the BC NDP and the BC Conservative Party. But there are, of course, other third-party candidates, like the Green Party or even independents, running as well. And while these third-party candidates have an uphill climb to win seats, Tommy Osborne brings us more now on the role they could play on October 19th.
The upcoming provincial election appears to be a 2-party race, with the BC NDP and the BC Conservatives tied at 44%. However, with the Green Party picking up some steam alongside notable independent candidates like Coralie Oakes in the running, third-party candidates could have a bigger impact than expected.
If it tightens up, the independent candidate could shave off enough votes that could essentially be a kingmaker for one party or the other.
While it's expected either the NDP or Conservatives win, Beach adds the value of third-party campaigning goes beyond winning the odd seat or two or influencing enough votes to change the outcome in a riding.
It's not too long ago the BC Conservatives were that third party, and so often it takes several elections for those third parties to grow, and they eventually sometimes, like the BC Conservatives, have a breakthrough and they become one of the top parties.
For some third-party candidates, beyond the obvious reason of standing for what you believe in, being a voice for the grassroots people and the common man is a huge motivator.
The way I've seen BC politics change over the years, the thing that doesn't change is the corporate lobbying and control that they have over the political parties.
While Thompson, of course, hopes to win, he says he doesn't expect to. So why put all this effort into a campaign he thinks is a long shot? He says it's all about giving everyone in the community a voice who may not have one and holding the government accountable.
I'm now a politician, but I'm not a politician. I'm just a guy who's had a lot of experience doing a lot of different things and has seen a lot of stuff. And it's not getting attention.
Regardless of how much third-party representation is seen this upcoming election, it's likely and perhaps even expected that they will have a notable impact come voting time. Tommy Osborne, CKPG News.
It's not every day that we come across lifetime employees, a testament to their dedication and love for their work. And Pacific Western Brewing Company, a long-established part of the local business landscape, recently celebrated the retirement of its brewmaster, who's left an indelible mark on the company during his 43 years of service. Dave Branco has more.
A beer made without malted barley, basically. It had to be less than 25% malted barley, and the rest had to be just adjuncts like corn syrup.
Each can is a time capsule for brewmaster Kelly Olson, who has been a big part of the Pacific Western Brewing Company for the past 43 years. At the end of this summer, he stepped away from his craft.
My first day here was April of 1982, and I started sorting bottles down on the packaging line. There was stacks and stacks of bottles that were falling down and falling over, and we had to sort them all out, put them in boxes, and that was my first day. Scandal Lager and Scandal Ale. Those started off as Natureland Lager and Natureland Ale. Same beer, but different marketing.
Kelly's time with PWB has been more than just his role as a brewmaster.
Really nice beer.
He has been somewhat of a Swiss Army knife to the company.
You know how it is, you've been there for so long, you walk into a room and you hear a little noise and you know exactly what that is. You know how to diagnose, how to fix. Kelly could taste beer and identify issues with it before anybody else could figure it out. And he was teaching everybody here on how to do those things. So a lot of the knowledge base and everything that happens and the way it happens and how we fix things and what we put in all comes from Kelly.
From Strange Brew, Bob and Doug McKenzie.
Were you here?
Yes.
His true passion is brewing, where his skill and leadership secured his place in the brew house and left a mark on Prince George's hometown brewery.
I think one of my biggest things was the organic lager and the organic ale. There was nobody doing organics at that time, and we were one of the first organic brews. And then our organic ale actually won a gold medal in Munich at the World Brewing competition, so that was pretty exciting.
Kelly plans to move south to enjoy warmer temperatures, relax, and drink cold beer. Dave Branco, CKPG News.
The City of Prince George is launching its 2025 budget consultation process today, and it wants to hear your thoughts. 5 short surveys are now available on the city's website, with each one focusing on a different municipal service like snow and removal, road and sidewalks, events and recreation, parks and trails, and protective services. You can choose to weigh in on however many topics you'd like, and the responses will be anonymous. There's also going to be a budget open house at the Prince George Conference and Civic Center that will go on October 30th. Local Mounties are needing your help in locating a wanted man. Prince George RCMP say 41-year-old Andrew Donald Woodcock is wanted for possession of a firearm contrary to an order. He's 5'11", 181 pounds with brown hair and brown eyes. Police consider him to be dangerous, so if you see him, do not approach. Call police or Crime Stoppers instead.
CKPG Sports is delivered by Domino's. Join the Domino's Lunch Club with 25% off all regular price pizzas every day. Visit domino's.ca to join the club.
The Prince George Spruce Kings are kicking off their regular season campaign this weekend. Jaden DeMello caught up with General Manager Mike Hawes earlier today for a little season outlook.
The Spruce Kings wrapped up their preseason at home this past weekend, splitting a pair of games with the Langley Rivermen. Ahead of a packed opening weekend, here's how the GM sees the squad shaping up.
I'm happy with the group. Obviously, at this time of year, there's some tweaking needs to be done with the roster and that sorts of things. So we're just working through that now. But through camp, things went well. We ended up, getting a couple of injuries that we weren't hoping for, obviously. So we're just working through that right now. But the group looks good. They're a hard-working group, and the preseason is what it is. It's not about the results, the wins and losses, more about the process. So we were happy with the process through preseason, and now we're looking forward to starting to fire real bullets on Friday.
And to get their real bullets firing, they have the tall task of facing the reigning Fred Page Cup champs, the Surrey Eagles, to open the season.
We did see them in preseason, so we have a bit of an idea what they're like. Good team. They're always going to be a good team there in Surrey, a hard-working team, and it's a tough place to play on the Olympic-size ice that they have in Surrey. So it's going to be a real test for us Friday. We're looking forward to it. If you're going to get started in the regular season, you might as well play the defending champs first.
Not only are they playing the champs on opening night, but they also have 3 games scheduled in the first weekend of the new campaign on the road.
Let's put them to the test early on. So that's what's going to happen here with 3 games in almost 2.5 days. So it's a real test, tough places to play, and our guys are going to be up for it. But they're going to have to work hard to get some results.
The Kings will head to Chilliwack, then Langley before their regular season home opener next Friday at Copar Memorial Arena. Jaden DeMello, CKPG News.
Earlier today, the CHL released their 2024 top 10 rankings for the upcoming season, and a certain Prince George club made the cut. Here's Jane DeMello once again with more.
Atop the list is the Medicine Hat Tigers with 6 NHL prospects, including 4th overall pick in this summer's NHL draft, Caden Lindstrom, as well as last year's CHL and WHL Rookie of the Year, Gavin McKenna. The next WHL team on the list at 7 is PG's own Cougars. Following a record-breaking season in almost every sense, setting franchise bests in total wins, points, and plenty more, they fell just short of the WHL Championship Series and a trip to the Memorial Cup, losing to the Portland Winterhawks in 6 games, ending their run at the Western Conference Finals. This year, they'll be without Zach Funk, who set a new franchise record with 67 goals last season, and captain Hudson Thornton, who was the Cougars' all-time points leader by a defenseman. Despite the losses, the Cougars enter the season with sky-high expectation. Tarek Parasek, the NHL's 17th overall draft pick in 2024, is heading into his sophomore season after a camp with the Capitals. Standout goaltender Josh Ravensbergen is also heading into year 2, and Borja Vallis, a mid-season acquisition who led last year's playoff run with 9 goals, will be relied on as a leader. As they head into the first week of the season, the biggest question mark still looms though. Will all-time points leader Riley Height be back for a 5th season, or will he get the call to play in the NHL with the Minnesota Wild? Only time will tell.
The UNBC Timberwolves women's soccer team, they're coming off a big weekend where they grabbed their first 3 points of the season at Massage Place. Third-year goaltender Britton Hinsche was named Canada West Player of the Week for her 14-save shutout against the UBCO Heat, while Blake Plummer potted their first goal for the T-Wolves in a successful first couple games back in Prince George. As they prepare for another 2 games at home this weekend against Fraser Valley and Trinity Western, rookie Keely Reed talks about the growth of the team already and their big Pride Day performance.
We've taken some major steps in our communication and our skill levels and just working as a team. We're quite a young team, so being able to work together is super important, and we've been building off that. Obviously, UBCO was a great team and showed in the saves that Britt was making, but being able to have Cambria and Britt back were super key players, and obviously to have Blake's goal, obviously to win the game is great.
Good evening again, everyone. It's going to be a pretty nice day going forward, but we'll take you looking back at the earlier part of today. And again, just mainly a pretty decent one out there with some sunshine in the mix. We are looking at a slight chance of showers moving in for tomorrow, and we do have some fog developing overnight tonight. So the futurecast doesn't show a whole lot over the next 48 hours. You can see a little bit of cloud cover tomorrow morning. Of course, the fog will dissipate through the late morning, and then we have that chance right there of some showers moving in just with this system coming down from the north coast. So again, it is just some sort of pockets of precipitation or those scattered showers, no real organized weather coming our way just yet, but we are watching the next system for parts of the weekend in many areas across our region. So there's our chance there, but mix of sun and cloud with the chance of showers is a nice way to sum up the day tomorrow. Temperatures a bit cooler, down to 15. Kelowna, Kamloops, much of the southern part of the province still remaining dry, although slight chances of showers moving in late day for everybody there. But otherwise, it's looking pretty nice, and temperatures kind of back to more seasonal in many areas. 17 in Quesnel, mix of sun and cloud for you, mainly cloudy in McBride. We'll see some drier weather in through Vanderhoof, Fort St. James, but yes, chances of showers in other areas, including Burns Lake and up in Mackenzie as well. So here's a snapshot of the country, and again, another decent day along the west coast. It was a beautiful one there today, so a little bit more cloud cover in the mix tomorrow. 20 degrees in Edmonton, clouds and a few sunny breaks in there, and then we're seeing a real shift in the weather pattern through the prairies. 18 in Regina, so much cooler temperature range, clouds and showers, the same for Winnipeg. Further east, it's not too bad, although St. John's quite heavy in terms of showers moving in there. Halifax 24, mix of sun and cloud, and beautiful weather still along Montreal and down through Toronto. So chance of showers is possible for our weekend. For us in Prince George, the timing on that will likely be more so Sunday, although we'll leave a chance in there for later into Saturday as well. And it won't be very sunny anywhere really across our region on the weekend. It'll be mostly cloudy and a chance of showers on and off. So we're still seeing some really dry and pleasant weather south of the border there. But yes, where we are, things are shifting just a little bit. +2 tonight, Burns Lake. Partly cloudy skies. A few showers are expected tomorrow, and then you're going to cool down below freezing and not warming up too much in the next few days. A lot of cloud cover for Friday, Saturday, chances of showers afternoon Saturday, and particularly Sunday is sort of the timing on that next system there. So yes, there's still chances of sunshine though the next few days. Mackenzie will see that. Friday looks great actually, 14 degrees with a mix of sun and cloud, and then a change on Saturday, cooler down to 12. With clouds and showers. It'll be pretty chilly tonight in McBride and for the next few nights going forward. +1 is where that temperature will get to tonight. 17 tomorrow. Cloudy skies for the day tomorrow. You may get some sunny breaks in the mix Friday, but with a few showers as well. And then a really sort of wet and dreary looking weekend ahead. Quesnel, not too bad the next couple of days, but again, Saturday later into the morning hours, you may have a few showers, but Sunday, Monday, we see a real change in those conditions. conditions. And so it's a similar pattern for us. We'll leave showers in the mix for late Saturday, but particularly Sunday at this point looks to be our best day. You can see temperatures down to about 14 degrees for much of the weekend. Friday is the best of the next few. Again, we're going to see some sunshine throughout most of the day and just a few showers in the mix tomorrow.
That's all for tonight, folks. Thanks for joining us as always. Caden Fanshawe is up next with the Today Show. He won't be making elevated pizza pops. Tommy Osborne at 6:30. And remember, folks, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. Have a good one.